Welcome to the Plant-Based Podcast. Did you know that plants are truly amazing? Not only can you grow them and eat them, you can also wear them, drink them, nourish your skin with them, and so much more. Let Ellen and Michael inspire you to love plants as much as they do, as they chat with the movers and shakers in this wonderful plant-based world. So, let's dig in.
A bunch of flowers is nice, but it will only look good for like 6-7 days tops. How about a plant that will look good for 10 weeks or more? Kalanchoe is a hero houseplant. It's happy at home in the kitchen, lounge, bedroom, dining room, even the bathroom. We've hooked up with the experts at Always Kalanchoe to bring you the first half of Series 5 of the podcast. You can find out more about these wonderful houseplants by following Always Kalanchoe on Instagram, and I want you to let us know when you've grabbed yours. Welcome to the Plant-Based Podcast News.
Your horticultural news roundup for the week.
A number of mosques in Rochdale, Greater Manchester, have entered the Royal Horticultural Society's Britain in Bloom competition. Organisers told BBC Asian Network that it was the first time they'd received several entries from Islamic places of worship in the same town. The mosques were encouraged to take part by a family-led project which wants them to be more eco-friendly.
When you think of houseplants, do you think of Halloween? Probably not. The RHS are campaigning for people to go green this Halloween, and instead of buying plastic decorations, to buy houseplants. It's easier to make outdoor Halloween decoration ideas eco-friendly, but indoors, many have decorations that are not biodegradable. So the RHS is calling on the public to ditch these environmentally harmful decorations and invest in spooky plants, such as the Sarracenia, Purpurea, Dracula, and Devil's Ivy.
Absolutely, and we'll be showcasing some of those on Steph's Packed Lunch on the 29th of October. But other news, on cliffs above Bethesda in Wales, that can only be reached with specialist gear, is growing one of the most endangered plants in the world. The Snowdonia hawkweed is actually growing there, and grazing has wiped out the plant in 6 or 7 areas where it once thrived. But there's hope. From the verge of extinction, it is thought that 3 plants spotted on a cliff in 2002 may have doubled their number. Professor Charles Sturton infused, "This is as exciting as finding a new tree in the tropics."
Now, new allotments could be created in public parks as part of a strategy to help local people get back to the land and grow more of their own food in West Lothian. The new West Lothian food growing strategy, launched by West Lothian Council, promotes positive aspirations of cutting food miles and carbon emissions, and also brings hope to keen growers and gardeners across the county who have long waited for their own allotment.
News just in from Norfolk says that the chickpea harvest of Ellen Mary is just about ready to pick. So her longtime compadre, Mr. Plant Geek, is actually going to travel to Norwich on foot at the weekend to collect that chickpea harvest. He will then bring it back in Hessian sacks along the motorway. Fake news.
Fake news. A festival of horticultural technology held at Pershore College has been deemed a success by both speakers and the audience, which is made up of a range of representatives from sectors as diverse as Her Majesty's Prison Service to the National Farmers Union. One of the day's highlights was the first UK showing of a novel vertical growing system created by Anglo-US startup Harvest Today, which enables users to produce fresh quality salad crops indoors, whatever the weather and season. Hello, Michael. I am particularly loving the scene behind you there. This looks like the ideal set to film some gardening content.
You're absolutely right, Ellen Mary. We're actually here on a new set in my garage because, as we mentioned on the last podcast, I'd allowed my garage to become what's the word? Apocalyptic. I allowed my garage to become apocalyptic, and it was such a mess, and it took me almost 2 days to tidy it up. But now I've got a greater payback because there was so much mess. Now there's so much clean. And you're indeed right. I do have a ring light up, and you are in the potting bench. And this is now a filming location, which is brilliant because, especially as we kind of come into the autumn and the winter, you can't rely on the weather outside. So this actually gives me a kind of bit of a kind of workshop kind of look. So do you know what? I actually considered maybe on these shelves, I might need a faux plant or two just to give a kind of bit of greenery.
Okay, well, first of all,
I can't be running with devil's ivy in and out, you know, babe.
I was going to say...
First of all, what? You're not happy being in the potting bench? I knew you'd have something to say about that.
Oh, my gosh. First of all, I think it looks really cool, actually, is what I was going to say. But you could just, like, when you're doing your scenes, you could just bring some of your houseplants out for a little while rather than getting...
Yeah, true, I guess. You're right, because... I've also, oh my God, there's a massive crack in my garage. It's probably going to fall down later. I can see through it. Oh my God.
Oh, keep the mice away.
Why did the garage just fall down?
Well, I mean,
Ellen,
I don't know.
I hate all this house stuff. When you own a house, there's so much to think about.
Is it just brick?
It's a joy when you rent, because if the garage falls down, you don't really care in the same way. Do you know what I mean?
100%. And someone just comes along and fixes it, and you don't have to worry about it whatsoever.
I know.
Is your garage just single brick?
Yeah. Is that why it's got a hole in?
Well, I guess it's a little less stable, isn't it? I suppose.
Oh, you say that when I'm sat in here recording. I guess your garage is unstable. You're unstable.
How old is it?
I've never sat in here before, so probably the crack's been there forever. I've never seen it. So
probably so. Just make sure it doesn't fall on your head. And also maybe just ensure that it does not have asbestos as well.
But that's on the roof anyway, isn't it? I think.
As long as that's not where the cracks are. Because if it's disturbed, then you can breathe it in.
Oh,
anyway.
You're so lovely, Ellen. I love it.
Obviously, it's because I don't want to be traumatized if we're ever recording and it falls on your head and I get to see that.
Do you know what, Ellen? I know you'll probably be disgusted because this is a non-horticultural tangent, but when I was at school in French class, the ceiling fell on me once.
What?
Yeah. There was this like flat, I don't know why it fell down, but it did. And it grazed my shoulder. Yeah, I know. So,
that is
that
dramatic.
was a bit of drama.
Yeah. That's the social drama of the week.
Yeah, definitely, without no jingle. Hey, Ellen, you've been to see the Venus Flytraps. You've got to tell me all about this because you tried to tell me off camera earlier and I said, save it, Ellen Mary.
Well, you did. And as you know, I was so excited a couple of weeks ago when we recorded the podcast that I completely messed up the introduction because I was so excited about going plant hunting.
Oh, you messed up everything, hon.
I did. I messed up everything.
Such a mega week.
You were so pleased that I'd messed up, right?
But even our editor, Gareth, was pleased because you let out a swear word and I don't think he's ever seen you drop, what do you call it? Drop face? No. What do you call it? Lose face.
Anyway.
Drop a bollock.
Okay, moving on, everyone.
Go on then, move on.
I don't like to talk about mistakes. Let's move on.
Oh, you're such a willy. Come on then, tell us about the Venus flytrap.
Listen, we got up really early. We drove out to the coast, which is about 3.5 hours away from us. And there's a 70 to 100 mile radius around a place called Wilmington, where loads of different carnivorous plants live in the wild. But it is the only place in the world you can find Venus flytraps living natively in in the wild. So
native, yeah.
And I was so excited, I posted to social media like, oh my god, I've seen carnivorous plants in the wild, and everyone was like, it's not only carnivorous plants live everywhere. I was like, yeah, I forgot to say Venus flytraps. So Venus flytraps are the native.
Of course, people wanting to correct you all the time. Welcome to social media.
Yes, indeed. But anyway, it was fine. I was so excited. Anyway, we stopped stopped off quite near the beach at Wilmington, really not far away, just a few miles. And we walked through kind of this beautiful open parkland, which was a bit boggy. There was trees all around it, and you kind of walk down this walkway, and there were just masses of carnivorous plants. It was absolutely beautiful. You know, pitch plants, the sundews, Venus flytraps.
Almost as if it was an installation.
Almost as if it wasn't. Yeah, you know what? If you were going to create something at like a show garden, this is what it would look like. Do you know what I mean? If you were going to do a carnivorous plant show garden, this is it. And there were just carpets of Venus flytraps, and
was it cordoned off or protected? Like, bearing in mind that's the only place in the world.
No, but there were signs up saying, you know, carnivorous plants are here, and a little bit of information about each of them, and that they are endangered. Well, the Venus flytrap is endangered anyway. So there were little notices around, but no, it wasn't cordoned off. You don't have to pay to go see them. Do you know what I mean? It's not like anyone could go. And when we were walking around, we did see another family, and it was really cute because there was a guy with his 2 kids, and they were going kind of walking towards us, and he actually was so excited that he just found a massive big kind of area of Venus flytraps. He came right on over and he said, "Hey guys, you've got to go over here because there's loads of them up there." So obviously he knew we were there looking for them as well. So it was very cool.
Was it easy to see the Venus flytraps? Because they would obviously be kind of, you know, down in the undergrowth.
Yeah, not at first. So when we first were walking around, the you know, all of the pitcher plants were around, and they're very stunning. And then there's a lot of other plants as well, you know. So there's kind of a lot going on. So at first, no, but it would appear that the Venus flytraps kind of take over quite a lot of the ground. So where they were growing, which was very much along the edge of the very wet, boggy area, you could see them very clearly, but you did have to go and look for those kind of patches of them. The ones that were hard to find were the Drosera, so the sundews. Because they were very small and they were underneath everything. But overall, there was so many that you couldn't miss any, really. You know, it was epic. It was epic.
Oh my God. And what's the thing? Because I was writing about these recently. They need like the forest fires to burn off the plants around them every so often, don't they? So where they're stopping natural fires, that's obviously not good for Venus flytraps.
That's right. And actually that's the same for many plants, isn't it? So we often see kind of, you know,
it's the natural order of things.
Some of the fires we see are catastrophic and absolutely terrible, and absolutely we don't want them. But sometimes natural fire or management of certain areas burning is really beneficial for species, especially endangered species.
And even, you know, some rely on, you know, ash and fire for germination as well.
That's right. Absolutely.
Not Venus flytrap, but other plants.
Yeah, you're not just clearing it, but you're actually providing what they need.
Wow, that's so cool, Ellen.
It was really very, very cool. So one day you will get to see them out here, I'm sure.
Oh, I'd love to. Hey, Ellen, while you're there, there's something I found new on Instagram today. Have you got your phone? Look it up.
Okay, tell me.
Oh, have you got your phone or not? Yeah. So you're going to love it. It's like a sculpture made of a branch, right? Okay. The Instagram account is just.branch. Look it up. It's really, really cool. I love these artworks.
Just.branch.
Yeah. They're a triumph. They really are.
Wooden erotic art sculptures.
They are amazing, Ellen Mary. Literally, they are, I don't know if we can say the word, pen 15 on the end of a branch. But they're so artistic, even though they're like really erotic. Aren't they insane? There's even a double one down there, look.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry, little Christian girl.
First of all, that is very clever. But secondly, I just did not need to see this morning.
I forget it's early in the day there, isn't it? Oh dear.
This is a lot for this time of morning.
Okay, look at something to take your mind off it. Look on my reels, Ellen Mary.
Right, what have we got now?
Oh, look at this. We're having a little Instagram tour. How lovely.
Yeah, aren't we? Right, reels. Yeah.
And look at my reel with the Casualty theme tune.
Save your underwater plants.
You what?
Have you got me looking at this just to make sure that I like it?
No. Have you not seen it? The H2O, like the drip for the plant. How cool is that?
That's very cool. Yeah, no, I've not seen that. That's really fun. Oh, I
had
like
to come up with
that.
that quickly just to get your mind off the branches. Anyway.
Yeah, thank you. That worked, actually.
Talking of drama, Ellen, is it time for our social media drama of the week?
I think so.
So, drama of the week. Did you have any dramas to bring to the board today, Ellen? Because I've got quite a few.
Have you? So I'm going to be very honest about this. I have not really interacted a great amount this last week because I've had my head stuck in writing my book. So I really desperately would love to be more engaged because I love it. But I'm going to leave the social dramas to you so you can update me.
Well, I haven't got any social dramas between people, but I have got some social dramas in terms of failures. And probably the biggest social drama I saw this week was my own post, which was my sad little Salpiglossis bloom. Oh my God. Because Ellen, you grew beautiful ones from the plants that I gave you, but mine somehow, they just stayed in the module tray and they did not even grow. I really don't know what was up with those, but it actually opened up a nice kind of discussion about failures in the garden. So there was quite a few that popped up and look at you. You're here actually, Ellen, being a bit smug. Oh dear, MP. But your Tom Tato was way better than mine. Exactly. And I put it on Instagram Live this morning. I did the big reveal. Did you see it?
No, I haven't been. I only just got up.
Oh, you just woke up. I always forget. There's literally one potato pea size, but it proves that it works. Anyway.
Right. Okay.
So with this social drama of the week, one of our great followers, Man About Gardening, he says that Amazon sellers really do get on his wick because the idea was this Salpiglossis that I grew was actually turned out to be grass instead. So there's a lot of people who've had problems, not just with cheap plants, but also with their own failures and kind of, sometimes we're a bit embarrassed, but it's good not to be embarrassed, isn't it? There's a lot of discussion actually about poor compost as well. So I think that's where I went wrong, to be honest, Ellen Mary, even though I should practice what I preach.
You should practice what you preach, but you know what? You win some, you lose some in gardening. Some things work, some things don't. We all make mistakes. Sometimes we get excited and buy stuff from sellers that aren't reputable. This is just the fun of gardening. It just will spur you on to get those seeds somewhere else. Next time we're having the conversation about what things do and don't work. It's all, it's all good at the end of the day, but it doesn't make you feel any better when suddenly grass is growing and not yourself.
I know, such a failure. And then even when I did it, they didn't grow. And shout out here for Chapman.Sharon. I'm assuming her name is Sharon Chapman, or she's got a really cool first name, Chapman. I like to be called Chapman. Makes it sound like she'd be on Peaky Blinders or something. She said dahlias were her failure. Despite using copper tape, shells, coffee grinds, all of her pots of 12 dahlias were eaten by slugs. So I think this week's social drama of the week really is the Salpiglossis and dahlia that never were. Hey, Ellen Mary, have you seen my new veggie pod?
Yes, I saw that. Absolutely full of beautiful plants. I love that. It looks really cool. Yes. I'm
so lucky that I have so many leftover plants because if you thought about the retail price of the plants in there, it's probably something like 200 quid. So it's hardly practical. But, I'm always left with leftover plants, which is, as we say, a curse as much as a blessing sometimes.
But also it's inspirational. So I know you get loads of these plants left over, but it gives, the rest of us mere people good ideas. That's what that's what it's all about. So it's all cool.
Well, Ellen, I'm waiting for the sun to fall on my pink garage door so I can get a nice shot taken against it.
Your pink garage door is becoming as popular as my purple allotment shed.
Oh my God, it really is. It transforms your pictures. It really does.
A bit of colour in the background makes all of the difference, right?
I know. I'm always like half restraining myself that I just want random colours everywhere just so I've got Instagram backgrounds. But what does that then makes my house a set, not a home.
Yeah, exactly. But to be fair, you do have lots of very cool colours in your house anyway. So
true. But I was doing that for Instagram. I'm so sucked in, Ellen.
You are stuck in. I literally wouldn't even consider doing that. But
what, doing colour?
Well, yeah, adding colour for sure, but I wouldn't do it because of Instagram.
Oh, you'd pretend you weren't, but you probably would be.
No, I really wouldn't. But and here in the apartment, everything's white. And actually, when I think about it, the house in Norwich is all white as well. But I'm renting, so I can't change it, really. I don't think anyway.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because at some point I want to rent this house out, but it would be like the funkiest rental that someone's ever had, wouldn't it?
As long as people like pink garage doors, that is.
Oh, do you know what though? Like, obviously in London, if you have a funky looking house, you can rent it out for like film sets and stuff. Like, my place is not like bougie enough for that, but that's a pretty cool thing to do. But no one would come to a, 3-bed semi in Suffolk in a cul-de-sac to film a Hollywood movie, would they?
You never know. If you can put the plants in as well, it's like a whole set. So you might find that they will. Yeah. It's like real bang for their buck then, isn't it?
I don't know, Ellen. How's it going? When are you seeing autumn colour?
This weekend. So there's a tracker online. So the autumn colour kind of sweeps over the US through the States, and it kind of sweeps up from the upper west area and all the way down and through the States. And we've got a lovely mountain range and the Blue Ridge Parkway, which is really well known for autumn colour, very close by. So I've been tracking where the colour is, and there's these colour charts that show you when it's coming, when it's going to be at its peak, and then when it's too late. And it looks like this weekend is going to be perfect. So possibly Sunday. If that's still a tiny little bit too early, then I'll wait a couple of days. But it's imminent.
Not that far. You can go easily. It's not like a mega trip. You mean?
Well, yeah, it will probably be by the time we were to get there about an hour and a half. But it's a Blue Ridge Parkway. So the Blue Ridge Parkway is actually 100 miles of parkway with loads of kind of views and mountains and walks and stuff. So you really want to have the whole day to kind of go and adventure. And of course, now we've got a puppy to deal with that's going to have to come with us.
You sent me the picture twice. I think I didn't react the first time. You were like some spurned girlfriend.
Yeah.
Ask about my puppy.
It's seriously, it's like a new mum with a baby sending the picture of their baby to their friend, and the friend just ignoring it.
Was it an easy birth? So tell me about the puppy then, because I haven't asked enough yet, I don't think.
No, you haven't. It's right. Let's talk about the puppy.
Right, okay, puppy section. Add the jingle.
So last
before.
How funny. So last year during lockdown, we decided that, the local animal shelter put a call out because everything was getting locked down. This was the first time they'd ever had to do anything like that. They didn't have enough staff. So they said, could local residents take a dog from the shelter for 5 days on a staycation? So we were like, we're locked in. We love dogs. We've always had dogs. Let's take one. So we did. Anyway, she was amazing, called Molly. And we couldn't possibly take her back after 5 days. So we agreed with the shelter we would foster her to rehome her. So we knew we weren't going to keep her at any point. And we went through the process of meeting with potential new owners, and we found a lovely lady called Lindsay, has a lovely family, and Molly went off. She was adopted by Lindsay and her family, and we still see Molly. So we look after her sometimes when they go on holiday. And the process was so lovely. We were like, we might do that again one day. Anyway, since then, my hubster has decided that he just wants a dog. Hubster. He basically he's here, on his own quite a lot while I'm in England. He would love to have a dog. I've always said no. And then there was a dog not far away in Virginia, actually, who was in a kill shelter. So the breeder couldn't sell it by 12 weeks. After 12 weeks, it becomes a cost to the breeder. The breeder took it to a rehoming shelter, but the rehoming shelter is a kill shelter, which means that if they don't rehome a certain percentage of dogs, that some of them get euthanized. Anyway,
really?
I know, it's horrible, isn't it? So we happened to see her just at the right time, because I'm quite sure she wouldn't have. I'm quite sure someone would have seen her because she's so cute, but we just happened to see her at the right time. And I think, the universe aligned. And we were coming back from Washington and Philadelphia via, close by to where she was. So we went and picked her up, and the basis was to foster her. But literally, as soon as she got in the car, we were like, I don't think this one's going to get fostered because she's absolutely adorable. My husband really, really wants a dog. She absolutely stunk. Like, the smell was vomit inducing. She puked a lot. She was covered in fleas. But here she is. She's now part of the family.
What did she smell of?
I couldn't really tell you, but maybe like cattle farmyard sort of smell, maybe. Nice. But it was
Where
really...
is she now then?
Where is she?
She's not in the cupboard.
No, she's not in the cupboard. She's probably chewing something somewhere.
Oh, bless. That's nice, Ellen.
It's lovely. She's lovely. We've called her Dolly, as in Dolly Parton. Not because not because that rhymes with Molly, but because of Dolly Parton. And I am saying that she's my husband's dog, so that I don't have to take any responsibility for her.
Yeah, that's like you, isn't it? Honestly.
However, she's taken a dislike to him. I think she maybe have had bad experiences with men in the past, and she is like Velcro to me, so she will not.
Really? Oh, that's ironic when he's the one that was championing it more.
Yeah, I know. She's only been here a couple of days, so she'll get completely used to it. But I have had to stop her eating plants already, so that's my main concern.
Thank you for joining us on the podcast today. Series 5 is supported by the team at Always Cal and Chowie, the experts when it comes to this super cool houseplant. Why not visit www.calandchowie.nl or follow at Always Cal and Chowie on Instagram to find out more.
My screen has been frozen for a little bit.
Yeah.
And I look like a Ken doll.
Let me take a picture of you.
Not in a good way.
Let me take a picture of you. Don't turn your video off. You do actually look like a Ken doll. Let's have a Mr. Plant Geek Ken doll. That would be amazing.
Do you know someone is going to carve my face into a pumpkin, actually?
Are they?
Yeah. Some guy contacted me.
That is truly frightening.
I can't remember who it is. But
I don't want your face glowing at me on Halloween. I would have
oh God, I've been doing squats, and my legs are really screwed. Look, my soybeans are dry. How cool's that? In my drying rack.
Oh, that's awesome. Yep, that's amazing.
I had them on TV last week, pretending they were sweet peas. They're a stunt double for sweet peas, Ellen Mary.
That's very clever. So basically, I gave you those soybeans and you kind of laughed at me. You were like, oh my gosh, what's this? When I pulled them into a bag, and now you've got a whole pile of soybeans, and you're soon going to have some chickpeas as well.
I know.
Look at me supplying you with all your Steph's Packed lunch props.
Hey,
anyway.
Ellen, ready to do your social media shout-outs, babe?
Yeah, I think it's time for some shout-outs. We've had some awesome interactions this last week, so let's give some shout-outs.
Insert jingle.
So the first one for me is for the Happy Place Gardener. So the Happy Place Gardener always checks in. She messages, she likes
Let me look her up.
She gets involved. And it's really, really lovely of her because she always comments. So she will DM me and she'll be like, oh, I love this podcast. Or I love listening to that. How are you doing?
The happy what? I've got the happy pear, the happy vagina, happy blossom.
You've got the happy vagina come up.
Yeah, who's that?
Yeah, I don't know. We will have to look that up now.
The Happy Place Gardener.
Happy_place_gardener.
Oh, you never told me there was an underscore.
Sorry. And she's called Sam and she's absolutely lovely. And it's so nice that she checks in, because I do kind of a lot online about well-being, and obviously we had the podcast well-being specials as well, and I always say it's really important to, you know, check in on people, and she always checks in on me, and it's so sweet, and she supports the podcast and everything. So that's one of my shout outs for Happy Place Gardener Sam. And my other shout out this week is for the Duck Patch, who's doing tons of stuff online for eco kind of friendly living, mainly kind of housey stuff and gardening stuff. And she is super cool as well. And she supports the podcast and everything that goes on in it too.
Mm-hmm.
Who else have you got, MP?
Well, I got a couple. I got the Plant Rescuer.
Yeah.
And quite notable because you'll see there's a kind of a little like medical cross on the profile picture. And I don't quite know who this is. I haven't seen a picture. We have spoken a couple of times about various things. But do I know what she looks like? I think she's in UK.
Okay.
But her pictures and her reels are really, really fun. And she's amassed 164,000 followers.
Wowza.
It's the big time.
That's
I think that's
awesome.
even bigger than She Grows Veg, isn't it?
I think it well might be.
Ooh.
Gosh.
We should get them to fight in mud.
So she's in Chelsea. She's in London.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I want to see her face, though.
I think there's a reel.
Yeah?
Actually, I'm not sure that you see her face as such. You might see her hair.
Oh, she looks like Dua Lipa. I can see. No? Or not? I don't know. I'm stalking her like crazy.
Yeah, we're both stalking the Plant Rescuer.
Ellen, do you know what else I'm doing?
What else are you doing?
I'm putting a few deep likes in as well.
Her hair is the
They always
same.
creep someone out.
Her hair is the same as mine. She's got like a dark hair with a fringe.
Oh, this must be her. Look, in that lovely dress. Look. Oh, you can't see. I've frozen, I think.
Anyway.
Look, Ella Mary. There she
yeah,
is.
that's her. Yeah.
Oh, well, thank you, Sarah. Thank you for following us, giving us little shout outs, kind of commenting here and there. I love what you do. You're rescuing neglected houseplants.
Yeah, it's
and
amazing.
You're doing a very good job of it. Well done. Lovely reel of lithops as well. Really nicely grown lithops too. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, she's got some really cool stuff going on. So
I could fangirl over her all day.
Very cool. Who else have we got for shout outs? One more, I think.
I've got the Jungle Club Worcester.
Yeah.
Now, they are always like commenting, sharing, they're really very engaged followers. So I just wanted to give them a little bit of a shout out.
Yeah.
They seem to be a houseplant shop in Worcester. So hopefully one day I can get across to meet those. And oh, the guy looks really sweet, actually.
Oh yeah, he does some really cool. He does some really cool stuff, and he's super supportive. Also...
Oh, look at him in these little shorts here.
Your video has stopped. Yeah, that's it.
Hello.
There you go.
Little shorts.
There he is with his big.
Cool.
Yeah.
But also, I think we want to give a shout out to our contributors, because I was listening back to the episode last week, and oh my God, this little section by 1 Minute Gardener, it just had me smiling, laughing, oh my gosh, as he's explaining soil. It was the cutest thing in the world.
and coming from you, that means it must be cute.
Melted the ice cream. Yep.
So little Teddy, 1 Minute Gardener, he of course is a 3-year-old son of 5 Minute Gardener. And on last week's episode, he was talking about soil, and it really made me giggle when Derek, 5 Minute Gardener, said to him, "So what lives in the soil?" And Teddy said cats.
Yeah.
Or what lives under the soil?
That was lovely.
He said cats,
Oh,
and Derek was like, "I don't really think that cats live under the soil." But it was so cute, and it's so nice to see someone so young really enjoying being out in the garden.
Definitely.
So that's really cool.
And Derek, I didn't realise he was Irish.
Yes, he's Irish. Yeah, that's right.
So I heard his accent, and automatically I fancy him. So there you go.
Derek, there you go. When Mr. Plant Geek fancies you, you know that
it
you've
must be
made
amazing
it.
to have an Irish accent, because people would just fancy you by default, wouldn't they?
The Irish accent's really cool. You know, I'm half Irish, so I have quite a lot of Irish kind of like heritage and stuff.
That doesn't mean people fancy you.
I don't have an Irish accent, so that's
like you need to point that out, Ellen.
I know, but
by the way, I don't sound Irish.
Hang on a minute. You said if you have an Irish accent. I didn't say I have an Irish accent. I said I hear it. I enjoy it. Yeah. I didn't say it was me. Thank you. And the other shout out has to be to the very vibrant August Garden, who, if you haven't seen her online, where have you been? Because colourful dresses, colourful reels, colourful plants. Her garden's amazing. She teaches her gorgeous girls how to garden as well. And she's an amazing contributor for the podcast too.
Yeah. Have you ever met her?
Not in real life, just
I really like
Instagram. Yeah, she's very cool. She used to be an air hostess, and she gave it all up because she loved gardening.
She's got the hair of an air hostess, actually.
She's got the hair and the air of an air hostess.
But I really
she also works at Le Manoir, so she's a gardener at Le Manoir too. So that's very cool.
Did a lovely picture of ombre radish harvest the other day.
Yeah, she does some amazing stuff. So thank you to our contributors. That's the shout outs done for this week.
Ding to the dong. Hey, Ellen, have you replanted your balcony yet?
No, because I've been busy with a puppy.
Oh, okay. Oh, the puppy's going to rip it all apart anyway.
Exactly. No, I have. So I've been buying stuff. So we've actually got a big storage box. We've got new table and chairs that are still boxed up, but on the patio. There was a lot of pots. And it just looks so messy, you know. So I've kind of got a couple of bigger pots to put, so I can make some bigger displays.
Yeah, do you know what? That's so much better. I'm finding I just got so many little, and also lots of different styles of pot as well.
Yeah.
Because you inherit pots from just all over the place.
Exactly. And it just looked messy. Like I really want to stylize it. Do you know what I mean? And so I'm just doing it bit by bit. However, so we've now kind of got this furniture and pots and whatnot, but we are coming into like it will change seasons soon. Yeah. So that might delay the plan a little bit, but I've got an image in my mind. I want it slightly bohemian a little bit. Do you know what I mean? And I've kind of got an idea of where I want it to go, but it will be a little bit here and there until next spring, I should think. And then I'll smash it.
Will you put grass down?
Actually, funny thing is, we've got a fake grass mat. No, but for the dog to do a wee on.
Oh, of course.
It's a dog mat. So it's like a tray with a fake bit of grass.
Oh, really?
And the dog wees on the grass and the wee goes through to the tray and then you wash the tray.
So is the grass like half yellow? Then the dog recognises it more for
No. But you spray it and apparently it attracts the dog to pee on it.
It attracts the dog.
As it so happens, it hasn't worked whatsoever. So no, there won't be any grass. So you know, you can tell me off because I've been going on at you about having grass in.
Oh yeah, of course. I didn't think of that. I did bloody segment on Steph's Pat Lunch last week, and it was with Steph and Gareth Thomas, and both of them have faux lawns. And I was just there on live TV, and I was like, "Why am I here? Because I'm teaching you how to scarify your lawn." What's happened? Oh, Ellen, honestly.
I'm not a fan of fake lawns. Sorry, just putting it out there. I don't agree with fake lawns. I just don't.
Oh, here we go. Now she's saving all of her influencer work now by saying she doesn't like fake lawns.
No, seriously, I don't. I just don't. I don't think that's agreeable. It's
let me give you a cool idea, Ellen Mary.
Yeah.
And I saw this in Kensington last week.
Yeah.
Why are you smiling as if I'm about to tell a joke? I'm not.
I feel like you are. I don't know why.
Useful information.
Okay.
Someone down the pathway, there obviously wasn't a border or anything, but they'd actually placed like rocks as if it was a rockery and planted between like the gaps. And there was things like sempervivums, kind of, you know, alpine type plants. And that just shows that you don't necessarily need a garden to actually have a border or a rockery. And I thought that was really quite cool. And you could do that. And I remember seeing at Chelsea when they had those balcony gardens and they had the areas where there was patio slabs and they had plants between them.
Yeah.
Almost like in small pockets in a similar way.
Yeah.
So you could like actually create a border even though you're on a balcony pretty much by putting soil down, you know, on this surface. Is it concrete or what is the surface?
It's concrete, yeah. But you could perhaps almost kind of have a tray. Do you know what I mean? And then kind of put soil perhaps onto that, and then grow into that. Perhaps I think there's different ways of doing it. I've seen.
Yeah, it's interesting though.
Yeah, it's good. I might have a little look at doing something.
Don't want to be limited.
No, I don't think you do have to be limited. You just have to be a bit more creative and think a bit out of the box. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't have to just be pots and containers. You know, there's other things that you can do for sure. I really love it.
You have a few trees though.
Pardon?
Small trees.
Small trees. Yeah, I think I'm going to get a crepe myrtle because they're really popular.
Oh, you can't grow them here. That's just not warm enough.
Right, and I think they will grow okay in a pot, so I'd quite like to do that. And I'm probably a little red bud as well in a pot. So yeah, going to have a couple of trees. You could have lovely cornus. They always have lovely cornus. They do have lovely corners here. Actually, there's loads growing like along the roadsides here, and at the apartment block where we are, the lovely red kind of berries have all fallen on the ground. They look amazing.
I think you can cook with those. That's Cornelian cherry, right? I think. Cornus mass. I think, and look it up. Yeah,
I'll look it up.
Although obviously check carefully.
Yeah. Thanks.
I might just be telling you random stuff.
When you don't hear from me for a week and realise I died because
Ellen, if I don't hear from you in 24 hours, I'm worried.
How funny is it that we have to message every single day, and if we don't, we're like, oh my God, we've got 24 hours.
It's just funny, isn't it? Yeah, it's strange if you don't sometimes.
It's really silly. Anyway, I'm your fan, clearly, and you're my fan, clearly, but who's our fan of the week, Michael?
Oh, well. I'm going to choose a guy that I'm actually friends on Facebook as well, and I see that it is his birthday actually today, on the day that we record the podcast. And it's a guy called Donald Much. And first of all, that is a really cool name. But he's been such a great kind of committed follower to myself. I think he follows you as well, Ellen. But of course, also the podcast as well. So we just wanted to kind of give him a bit of a shout out, really. And it is indeed his birthday because he's got he's put up a post of one of his birthday gifts, which is, what is it? Like it's a soft toy, but it's cherries. No, it's tomatoes. It's a truss of tomatoes, a soft toy. Oh, and there's a pea. Can you see it as well? A pea in a pod.
Peas in a pod, a carrot and tomatoes. That is really cute. And
what's really cool, I think his partner is John of the Please Women. Do you know who that is?
No, who's that?
It's like a DJ from old times. Well, not old times necessarily, but like the late 90s. And he did an awesome song once called Give Me Strength. And I love that song. And it's not on Spotify, annoyingly. But I think that is actually Donald's partner. So, yeah.
That's really, really cool. Thank you so much, Donald, for following us, engaging. We love having you kind of being part of it all. And massive big happy birthday. Actually, on this very recording, I'm now going to record on my phone us both saying happy birthday. Michael, can you turn your video off and on again because you've paused?
Oh my God, what do I do?
There we go. Yeah. Right, we're going to both say happy birthday to Donald. Are you ready?
Sing?
No, just say it is enough. 3, 2, 1. Happy birthday, Donald.
Happy birthday, Donald.
Happy birthday. Have a great day. There you go.
I've never done that before. I feel like I'm in the broom cupboard. Oh, dear, Ellen.
Very good.
Oh, can I tell you? I should show you. I'll send you a picture later. I planted up this little basket planter with, the little Gulferia, the little berries that are like kind of almost like baubles.
Yeah.
A heather and some Corsican mint along the front. And it looks like a little fairy garden. It's so cute.
Yeah, that's really
I might put some people on the lawn. Oh my God. In the Conran shop last week in London, they had these really cool terrariums with like swimming pools and kind of like naked men inside them, which was brilliant. So you could like, what do you call it? Live your life through a terrarium.
Why not?
I actually nicknamed them beachariums.
I like that. I'd really like to see you be one of those little figures that goes into a terrarium. I think that would be
fairly featureless, Ellen, honestly.
Oh my gosh, you can't have it all. Do you want a doll made of that from you or not?
I guess next time we speak, you'll be banging on about Halloween, won't you?
Halloween here is massive. So already, beginning of October, it started. All the houses get decorated, and some of them are super scary. Like there was one I walked by, and there were like dead heads on posts.
And
then other ones,
get more in UK now as well.
It's like big inflatable ghosts and witches, and there's cobwebs everywhere. It's mad, okay? And so closer to Halloween, I'm definitely going to take a walk around the neighbourhood and get some videos and see what it's all about. I'm actually going on TV next week here in the US to do
doing Halloween plants.
Yeah, about creating Halloween decorations with indoor house plants. So that would be really cool. So I'm going to get loads of pumpkins and decorate them all. And,
will you have some insect-eating plants?
Going to have some insect-eating plants, obviously. Cool. So all the things that kind of like, we can do indoors for a display. But here you can have them outdoors at the moment, probably for another few weeks before you'd need to bring them in anyway. But they love it. All the shops are full. Everywhere you go, the supermarkets is like massive pumpkins for sale. All kinds of shapes and sizes. It's actually really fun. So I'm going to do a little Halloween display myself on the balcony.
Ooh, how lovely. I guess it's like one of those things that becomes like competitive then, and people then want to make the better display than the neighbour, and that really makes it brilliant, doesn't it?
I think it's a bit of keeping up with the Joneses, but it's good fun for us Brits to walk around and have a good giggle and enjoy it all. Like people go to so much effort, you've got to enjoy it,
So, that's really, really cool. Well, fall as a whole in the US is a much nicer kind of like planting season. There's so many more displays and there's so much more thought of. Like here, we just let summer just fade away like unglamorously, don't we? But there, you've really got, all the autumn mums and the chrysanthemums is just, I used to love it.
My gosh. We have not talked before we finish this gossip about Longwood Gardens.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Those chrysanthemums. I've not been there that time of year, but oh, my gosh. Wow.
They've got some that I've just put a reel up actually, which is trained.
Yeah, I saw the beginning of it. Let me.
Oh my gosh! They've trained a chrysanthemum to grow like in a kind of conical shape, and then one is kind of a bit more tubular, and they are amazing. And some of the varieties were just beautiful. So you're right. Here they do fall.
I'm on the reel.
Big, rather like in England we do, like you said, we let summer slip. But I do think partially it's because certainly where I am anyway, the weather is still nice. Like this week we're expecting 80 degrees. So you do still have that kind of outdoors thing going on.
Do you think autumn's longer in that climate then?
Potentially. Yeah, I think so, yes, because actually, really, I'd say here in North Carolina, winter for a Brit doesn't really happen until perhaps the new year. I've seen people when it's 75 degrees here have sweatshirts on and I'm literally sweating. So, I think autumn is perhaps a little bit longer. But yeah, they really go for it and it's actually really nice to keep that gardening season going, as long as possible. It's nice. Anyway, it's been super lovely chatting with you today. As always, your screen has frozen for about the 10th time, so I can't see if you're pulling faces at me or not, which might be preferable, perhaps.
No, absolutely fine. So that's the end, is it?
We didn't really sign off properly.
Our worst ending ever.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't know what's happening. Shall we just stop? The music for the Plant-Based podcast is part of the song Grow by Mikey James, and our editor is Gareth Patch of Semi Echo.